everyone, this is Keith Scott from Apple City, Australia. I'm one of the voices that will let you loose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kelly and Andy McPhee.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, what's your favorite project you worked on of all? Was it the wildlife one or was it the first short you ever did?
Probably, probably the wildlife one. I think that was pretty incredible. But I also my graduate film that I worked on last year, Simmer, was also because of the scale of it, we had a sponsorship for a Trinity 2, which is like a massive kind of futuristic gimbal looking rig that you can balance the camera on, and it's like a steady cam, but fancier because you can do all kinds of pans and rolls and things with it. Um, we had a sponsorship from Offshoot Rentals, which is like a rental house in Melbourne, and also just the funding that was put into that. We had so many locations. We were also, going to Hong Kong to shoot B-roll for it, and um, it was challenging. Like it was a really difficult project because it was 2 years that we'd been working on it, and just the level of coordination was really stressful, but it was so rewarding, and the way it came together, I'm really proud of that film as well. But the nature documentary, I do have to say, probably is like my favorite filming experience.
That's great to hear. You should be definitely very proud of your achievements.
Oh, thank you, Doug. That's very sweet.
No problem. So, how can your journey impact the world?
I I really I think I can only answer that question with what I'm trying to achieve in my career at the moment, in the sense that my main goal with filmmaking is that I very much see it as being about collaboration. And I know that, the kind of director I want to be and the kind of filmmaker I want to be is really creating projects where I'm creating an environment that I can bring together all these people of different skill sets, and different types of niche passions, but we're all united by filmmaking and by a project where we can all come together, and hopefully I can push each of those individual team members um, to produce work that they're proud of and they're happy with, and that makes them more passionate and excited to work on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Um, because I think community is so important in filmmaking. Like it can be very isolating, in the way that there's a lot of rejection and it's incredibly physically and emotionally taxing. You're doing really long days, you're not sleeping very much during like production windows. There's like career instability. If you're freelance, it can be this roller coaster of like having a lot of work and then all of a sudden going through these dry spells. It's competitive, so there can be a lot of pressure to perform or even like overperform because you know how many other people would kill for those opportunities, or the position that you're in, and that can lead to a lot of exploitation. So I think it's really important to have like good people around you, or at least people that you feel you can open up to and you can vent to about what you're going through and your experiences, and good mentors as well that can help guide you on like what's okay and what's not okay, and how you can navigate different challenges that come up. um but yes, I think I can't say too much about what impact I think I'm making on the world at this point, but I'm just kind of focusing on my corner and my immediate people, and making work that I think has something to say, like the recent film I did, Simmer, was kind of about dealing with like disappointment and rejection on a personal level, and how to navigate those difficult feelings of finding a sense of belonging in the world. And, I create films where it's sort of the film I wish I could have watched when I was going through what I was going through, if that makes sense. Like I make films where I'm like, I think this story would have helped me at a time where I needed it. So hopefully by creating it, someone else will watch it. Like as well, a film I did, Hard to Swallow, was um is like a horror film on the surface about cannibalism. But to me, that film was really about what an abusive narcissistic relationship looks like,
Mm.
and how people who have like narcissism or sociopathic traits are so able to convince themselves that they did the right thing. Because it follows
Mm.
this like how this housewife who's like murdered her husband,
Mhm.
and she's cooked him. Well, her daughter has cooked him into this like spaghetti bolognese,
Oh.
and the mother goes along with eating it and like kind of deludes herself into thinking that she's done all this to protect her daughter, and
Oh.
everything's going to be okay and it's all fine if they can just kind of yeah, that was my first film that I directed. um Quite a different tone to sort of the work that I'm doing now, or the wildlife film in Malaysia.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia, saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.